morning, Spruce Grove Alliance Church. It's good to see you again. We thought it would be great to just give a little update from the leadership of the church. First of all, I just want to start by saying thank you for your support, and both financially and prayerfully as we've gone through this very difficult time. Thanks for just the transition and how you've journeyed and partnered with us. Thanks so much for all the participation in all the different ministries. It's been wonderful to see the groups of people gathering for corporate prayer on Monday and Wednesday. I've heard great report from Pastor Karen and the book club that women's ministry did, and men's ministry on Monday evening has been going great, according to Pastor Joel. And Teenagers is continuing to just do a wonderful meeting together on Facebook with Pastor Art. So grateful for all the ministries. Children's ministry, of course, and youth and young adults. It's great to see them, wasn't it, on the montage at the beginning of the service as they gathered together. Thanks for everyone, Bonnie and Mike, and for all the hard work everyone's doing through this very difficult time. We're just so grateful. I want to just mention a couple other things as well. Alberta Health Services has put out a new report as far as what we're able to do and not do. And they've agreed that religious gatherings can be done, and they've put together some guidelines. Just want you to know we're looking at that, trying to figure out how to relaunch the ministries. Next week we do have an elders meeting. That'll be one of the things that we discuss as far as moving forward. We're doing the best we can, and we long to get back together again, but we want to do things in a right way, in a safe way, and we want to certainly work alongside of our government leaders whom God has put in trust and leadership over us. I also just want to mention how excited I am for our life group ministries. A number of our life groups have really sought to adapt to the circumstances they found themselves in. I've heard of 3 or 4 life groups that have used Zoom or GoToMeeting or Google Meet as platforms for them to get together online on a weekly basis. It's just wonderful. Actually, one group that just started up with Dan and Melody and Mary and Andy, who are kind of co-leading together, but you know, everyone's participating in leadership for sure. I started 2 weeks prior to COVID-19 restrictions kicking in, and so they didn't have a lot of relational equity to make the transition, but they did. It'd be wonderful. Mary has shared a few words with us and her experience, and so I'm just going to send us to that right now.
Hello, my name is Mary. We're couples, so right now we're 8 and 4 couples, and it's Dan Ibsen and Melody, and Andy, my husband, and I. So we started in March, and what we did, we had an agenda, just so there's structure in the life group. And the first thing we do is we worship. After worship, we started sharing our stories, because that's very important since we're building relationship. We wanted to get to know each other. So each week, each person would tell their story and how they gave their life to Christ. So that really helped us to kind of have a background and get to know each person. And after sharing the story, the next thing is we dive into the Bible study. So we listen, we talk about the studies. So our structure is we use the previous sermon from the previous Sunday. That's what we used to study. And after studying, we discuss. After discussing, we pray, and then we fellowship. I would kind of give my best experience in my current life group was when right now we're meeting online, and we shared our screen, and we're able to visit where we were each born or where we lived. So we got to know each other's country or city where they were born or where they were raised. That is my best experience so far. We are still meeting. We have to meet, that's the reality of it. We didn't want COVID-19 to affect us from meeting. So what we did, we took a break for 2 weeks, and then we decided to meet online. So far, it's been good. I miss meeting in person. Like I said, we just started, so we're just building relationship, and I miss the fellowship and the snacks, the cookies and drinks and all that stuff, and just laughing and all that. We can do that online, but it's different. It's a different kind of connection. So that's what I miss. But one thing I noticed about meeting online, it has forced us to be creative, which is very interesting. Sometimes we showcase our meal, like what we're eating. So that's the fun part. Even if we can't meet in person, we can show what we're eating or having that evening. Sometimes with the hustle and bustle and day-to-day activities, we might not have that time, but having live groups helps you to have that structure. For us, we meet every once a week. I know I have a meeting on Wednesday. It's my book club in a way. I know I have to study before meeting. And the interesting thing about live group is when you get to study before meeting, not only are you studying it, you're reflecting and you're debriefing with God. That's what I would call it, because you're doing it on your own, and you can be able to not only reflect, hold yourself accountable based on what was taught, and then you come together, you fellowship, you come together, you study the Bible, you discuss, and you strengthen each other, learn from each other, and also empower each other.
Thanks so much, Mary. Listen, if you're interested in participating or being involved in a life group, I know it's the end of the season, and many of the life groups are starting to shut down for the summer season. But maybe there's a group out there that we could help coordinate to come together. And so if you're interested, please send me an email. At the bottom of the screen, my email will be posted. It's scott.buck@sgac.net. Let me know your interest, and I'll be in touch with you, and we'll see if we cannot coordinate something. And then also I just want to encourage you to consider life groups. It's a vital part of growing in your faith as we head into the fall season. And so if you're interested in being a part of one, or maybe leading or hosting one, and we're not even sure what that's going to look like with COVID-19 and all that the fall is going to hold, but we'd love to enter a dialogue with you. So please be in touch with me, and we'll see what we can do. Now, before I let you go, lots is still happening here at the church, and let me give you a little tour of some of the stuff that's going on. Come on with me, would you? Even during this time, we're still a busy place. The city of Spruce Grove is putting out, to the south of me, new pipes, and they're ripping up the road. Actually, our entrances have limited access right now. And then behind me, to the far southeast corner, they've asked to use 1/3 of our parking lot. Well, not quite 1/3, but a portion of our parking lot to store their stuff and to get things ready. It's made our church quite a busy place over the next month, as they get this work done for the city. Well, we're so excited. As you are aware, we had to remove the cross that was put up here at Spruce Grove Alliance Church, and we are now excited to unveil our new cross. It'll be going up this weekend, and as you can see, we have prepared the platform. Everything's ready, and if you drive by this weekend, you'll see it up. This is just a great reminder to the community that we are about Jesus Christ, Him crucified and risen from the grave. Well, here's our cross that'll be soon going out on the southwest corner of our building, as we showed you just a moment ago. It's beautiful, and it's really going to speak to our community and remind them of why we gather here and what Spruce Grove Alliance Church is all about. It's about Jesus Christ, Him crucified and Him risen. So grateful for journeying with us and for all that you're doing in your partnership in ministry. COVID-19 has been a difficult experience, but together we continue to move forward, and we're so grateful for you. We're here to walk with you. If you have a concern, if you're struggling and need someone to talk to or pray, please don't hesitate to call the church. We would love to journey with you and to answer your questions at any time. I trust this long weekend you'll find some time with the Lord, some time with your family. And I hope you get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather this weekend. Have a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing you Sunday morning at 10 a.m. for our live service. Blessings to you till we see you Sunday.